Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Exercise number 13 of 700 book, recorded by Saddam Chaudhry, Baba Farid, Shorthand and Typing, Bahawalngar. Time plays an important part in every action of every person throughout the day, yet time is something about which we know very little and about which we understand even less, If, in our desire to understand a little better the real meaning of time, we read a modern book on the subject, it is probably the experience of many of us that we understand it even less at the end of our reading than at the beginning, that we know, indeed, very little about the world in which we live, We read, for example, that everything that has been still is, that everything which is to be in the future already exists, We read that the events much make up life are like the stations along the railway line, A train is running along that line towards one of these stations, It reaches the station, it perhaps waits there for a very little while, and then it passes on, leaving the station behind it, But the station existed before the train reached it, and it continues to exist after the train has left it, In the same way, it is said, the things which happen in life are there all the time, waiting for us to reach them, Before, in the past, we reach them and experience them and pass on, leaving them behind us, According to the writers of these modern books, these events existed before we knew of them and will continue to exist when we ourselves are no more, They will exist, in fact, for as long as anything as we understand it exists, new para. We read these statements and think carefully about them, and at first it seems that the statements cannot be true, that we cannot seriously be expected to believe them, Then, perhaps, we remember some of the things we were told as children and which we have always believed to be true, As children, we learned that many of the little points of light which appeared above us at night are really great bodies which are millions of miles away from the earth, Light, we were told, moves at the rate of about miles a second, but so far distant are these bodies from us that the light which we see coming from them is the light which left them thousands, and in some cases millions, of years ago, Because of this fact, we learned, if we could discover some method by which our eyes could see what was happening on one of these distant bodies, we should see not what is happening today, but what was happening on our earth. They, looking at us today, would see not what is happening now, but what happened thousands or millions of years ago, according to the distance they are away, But even when we remember these facts, it is for most of us difficult to get more than the smallest suggestion of an idea of what is meant when we are told that everything that has been, still is, and always will be. Full stop.